Here we go again. So ring of strength and ring of dexterity is fine, both for the boost and also for the sustains. Only the I think at this dungeon depth, only the Banshee has the ability to drain your dexterity, but like that little bug that we just fought, the red one, can that one can drain your strength, for example. There's a lot of things that can drain your strength. What we got? So, what did I get disenchanted by that guy? Oh, nothing. We got damage. 109. 72. For the time being, definitely better. Not even, you know, like a lantern of brightness or something like that. This guy here. Those wolves, when you're playing with casters, are really annoying because they'll blind you constantly. They do move a little bit faster. Oh, I forgot to sell the accuracy. Never use it. If you're an old Dungeons and Dragons player, you may think that that plus 14 is an important value, but it's not. It's nothing. Actually, now that I have the Rod of Illumination, I can drop the Staff of Light. Is there stairs? No. And when I say drop, I really mean sell. Because every little helps. You got 10,000. Oh, there should be stairs right here. Nope, there's not. Reckless attacks. So wisdom? Yeah, we saw this before. It's a good thing they made the Rod of Illumination. It recharges almost immediately. No, well, let's use one mapping. Nothing. We have to go back one. We're still at 30. And don't have anything to protect. Am I already 40? Oh, good. If I'm at 40, I can... Drop the stuff for light, take the trident. Should I kill this guy? Yeah, let's kill him. Just in case maybe him or his brother, they drop something decent. Eyeballs. I'll throw stuff on, or use the stuff for mapping. Throw it out. Take the little bolts. I'm still missing the other guy. There he is. Okay, so this is what we were looking for. This is one of the 3 thanks. I forgot what the other 2 are called, but basically they just changed these letters. Like Nartank, Nimtank, Dartank, something like that. And they are, instead of being 1d4, they're 2d4. And also they all have a brand. And this one has the cold brand, and also gives you resistance to brand, and does a frostbolt. They're thematic, as you can see. But that means that you'll be doing, what is it, 3 times as much damage with the, or 5 times, something like that, with the brand to monsters that are vulnerable to that brand. So our damage, which is 109, is now gone to 150. And we can probably actually do better that way if we, okay, so we need to do a little bit of magic. There was a scroll of identify right here. We're going to use it to identify this. Okay, that's junk. Treacherous curse. Nobody got time for that. And now we can recall. And we don't need to identify, all we need to do is this. Bang, you've learned cold brand. 165 with the dexterity. Without 198, I suppose this is higher damage. Probably better right now. It is unlikely that I'll get my dexterity drained. I'll keep it at home for the time being. Ring of Digging, we still need it. We can sell a couple of them because we move so slow, they have time to recharge. We can sell the Frostbolt because now our damage has gone up and it's cold branded. We can sell maybe the Firebolts as well. 2,000 gold. Oh. And we can stash about 20 of those in the house. No reason for us to carry them around. Plenty of phase. Still don't have any artifact lights or anything nice. I'll buy these. You can never have too many. A wand which is not teleport because we already have that. 7-4. Okay. Downstairs. Let's see what can we ignore. Rings, accuracy, better falling, free action, open wounds, protection, reckless, and maybe also the dog, and maybe also resist fire cold because they are worth very little money. Fire. Let's hope we get something usable. Enchant to hit. Yeah, we can use it on the sling that has only +4. I mean, in theory, you can use it on the artifact as well, but there it is. Problem is, I don't know what's in here. I have no idea. Until I get ESP, I'll have no idea what monsters are waiting for me. Oh, we really did granite. Okay, you know what? Otherwise, this game is gonna last forever. Impact Hound, or whatever they're called. Okay, my Rod of Illumination is gone. Ooh, Rod of Magic Mapping, much better. Come here, baby. Those Mumaks are actually worth a lot of XP. Oh, very good. The Vial of Galadriel. And the other tank. This one is the lightning one? No, the fire one. Otherwise, they are identical in every way. Ring of Light. I need to see normal cloaks. What is this? Okay, so this seems to be a crown of seeing, because it's got light and see invisible, and this must be possibly the first time that I ever see a crown of seeing. Normally it's a helm of seeing, but I guess fine, you know, no complaints whatsoever. Should we care? Well, let's read the scrolls to see what they do. They drain your XP, 500. Evil, remove curse, that doesn't do anything. Longbow of accuracy, I would rather have the sling of shots. Drop heroism, hope we can find them again. Alright, a bit better. We can leave that. Don't even need to identify it. I do need to identify this. And oh no, it's a crown of day and night. Okay. It's something that I never use ever because they generate very low down below, and by that time the only thing they give you is that bonus to light, which is literally the radius of how much your light shines, and then they do resist dark and resist light and see invisible, and they are so redundant by the time that they show up. They're extremely easy to forget about them. There's a nice potion of constitution. I'm not sure what I can sell in order to make that. This is 2000. We don't need, I mean, with digging possibly still need it because it's still 100 turns to dig. But we can sell mapping. That whole monster area. Sell these. How much do we have? 20,000. Okay. I think we will sacrifice this. We don't actually need that free action because we already have it. That could be almost enough. You know, I think link tank is just better. And oh, actually don't need that scroll. I just need to kill a little doggy. There you go, branded with fire. And now we can sell it and buy the potion. And they are worth very little, so they're worth less than artifact light. And that is because why they are so easy to show up earlier on in the dungeon. Okay, get one of them, say 20 of those, get the constitution, drop it on the ground, have a good look at it. Those blue ones are potions of constitution, so if you find them in the dungeon, you know what to prioritize. Rod of Light does the beam of light. Plate armor, we'll sell it. There we go. Lost a point of dexterity. Just have to say I'm not gonna lose any dexterity. Stuff for sleep monsters. Football power is money. We can let that breed as much as we want. Bring us searching. Was I just really lucky to survive the confusion there? I guess I was. He disenchants. And I do not want to be disenchanted. Because disenchantment is... And he's another one that disenchants. Throw that, save the sand. Lantern of True Sight. This might be an investment actually. Oh no, what am I saying? I already have the vial. Let's see if there's more. Restore life level. No, we'll get a few more hunger. Not need ash. Doesn't do anything. Throw it out. There's a 5 here. Elvagil, another completely useless thing. So this one would actually do less damage, 117, because it only slays trolls. And there's gonna be many like this. There's gonna be many magical objects that you find with the Standarts. Oh, these are good to keep. Better than the one we got at home. That are just completely useless early on. I do have regeneration, right? Yeah, from the gloves. This could be something good. Let's go away. You may have noticed that I have both scrolls and staff of teleportation. The reason is that the scroll teleportation can never fail. I mean, you can be blinded, But even if you are confused, you can use it. I suppose very, very later you can have, there's a debuff that's called amnesia, and that, I think it's called amnesia, but essentially doesn't allow you to read either. It's very rare, and like end game beholders have it. But generally, having these two different forms of teleportation makes it easier. You need to have one that will always work. So, need identify. Two d5 plus 12. One of the daggers is 2d4 plus 10. Gives you plus 2 dexterity, a little bit of stealth, but not to the point. I mean, I suppose if you go for an all stealth build, fine. It is a little bit better in digging because it's heavier, but it would normally do 117 versus the 200. And at this depth, cold brand, nothing resists it. Unless you're like a cold hound, but and of course it's capped. Of course it is. You get all the luck. Yeah, we can sell light. No, we can drop these. We can sell decoagulated. Is this cold? Wow. Sell these two. Drop one staff of teleportation with one charge. Buy one staff of teleportation with 8 charges. Drop one staff of teleportation. Pick up. Drop. And not only has it sold it, but it's actually partially recharged it. Instead of 8, it went to 14, so it's added 6 charges. It's added 5 to the one they had, and now mine's full again. It's not a bug. Yeah, it's an actual feature that the shops will cast a small recharging on it, so it's meant to be like that. Oh, feeling please. Standard set does have the Arcane Stone, so that'd be nice to have. Bigger ring of damage, thank you. Ignore these amulets. Potion of Brawn. Well, I'm past using it, but I can sell it. It was really convenient to have that. There's a pit above me. $22,000. Let's see what kind of a pit. Okay, I can actually take this. All I need is speed. Because I have cold brand. And Hydras do not like cold, although there might be something much worse than a Hydra in here. I can use the vial of Galadriel to do light. A defender. Defender is a lot of money. Is that really? Was this dropped? No. Found lying on the floor. So this is definitely the... Is it a cobalt pit? Yeah, these we can just kill for free exp. And, you know, the chance of a drop, but at this point these are really easy for me. I don't have to rely on mana, I can just grind them. Okay, I have an idea. Let's not die. By getting surrounded by... What does it do? We go intelligence. And it's surrounded by dragons, just like that. So... I don't know when you're gonna need these deep descent. Haste monster. It's a quarter stuff, so I can sell it to the temple. Potion of intelligence, I am not buying it. I am buying this Rod of Illumination. Holy hell. I'm buying it as Infravision. +6 is very, very high. Alright, a little bit more. Ooh, yes please. Hey, Dwarven plate mail. Free exp. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go. Let's go a little bit deeper. Okay, before this idiot disenchants everything I own. Hold on a minute, did I not... What happened to my rod of my stuff for teleport? Lucky. Alright, okay. Stairs. Scale mail of resistance. And I'm not in a ring of asset to sell. And we fall in the trap, which is kind of what I wanted. Not directly, but indirectly. I do wanted to look for stairs to get out of the level. Light proportional stuff for teleportation. Why is this longbow unidentified? At this point it might be actually good. Sell those or drop them. Probably drop that in case I need it. This is a pretty good deal for 21,000. First because it's light. Also there's that whatever additional resist it is. You know, it's not light or dark because we already have the crown of light and dark, so we know those runes. Let's sell the other stuff. Remember to buy phase door. Identify this bow. Oh, just by wearing it. Shooting power. Extra might. Okay, actually, probably better now than the sling. Shots. I've not had weight problems with this character, both because obviously it's a warrior, so it has a very high class bonus for strength, but also because I'm being careful about the weight that I have, and you can let it get out of hand very quickly. So sell that. It's enlightenment. We buy it back. We need way more recall than that. Should I get... So if I sell this, for example, right? I'll get, okay, 10,000 and 22,000. Where's it going? Was it here? Oh, yeah. Okay. So is this worth 12,000? Yes, and it's got resist poison, so this goes straight in. I would have probably kept the dwarven one for anything except poison. If I find a ring, a shield or resistance, I may still consider swapping that out and going for no poison resist with the extra hit points that I get from resist poison. Poison will get you one-shotted, but way deeper in the dungeon that we currently are. So, you know, Drolims will one-shot you. And we are not in Drolim territory yet. Oh, a little problem is that we don't have any arrows, which might be useful to have when you're using a bow. These things were the mushrooms that breed and they are invisible that I was talking about earlier. Lots earlier, like 2 hours ago. Orc Pit, Orc Unique, the Barn Orc Unique, Forest Gill, or Forest Gill. Not bad, and you know, if you have this and you get whatchamacallit, Hydras, you absolutely wreck them because it is basically a stronger version of the dagger that we're using. And it'll probably do good to move to this one because it has no downsides. We're currently doing 161 basic, 207 versus resistant to cold. We lose the frostbolt, which we're never going to use because if you're doing that damage with the attack, you might as well just charge in. Oh, there you go. Okay. You need ranged stuff, and ideally, another point of dexterity down. I forgot to sell the potion of brawn. Slay. Let's just start looking for things that do ESP. Nimbleness. Yes, very good. Okay, I'm not gonna risk it anymore with those potions. Actually, I'll put them on ignore right now. So Berserk, Blindness, Brawn. Throw away the one that I've got right now. Neutralize, Nimbleness, Cold, Poison, Toughness, and True Seeing, which we don't need because we have Seen Visible from the ground. I think we can recall and call it a day for today. Sell, sell, sell. Get some stock arrows, just some basic stuff. They do 60 damage. Slow monsters. Good. It's the only debuff that I can use. So absolutely. Let me just see, how much would I be doing with 231 or 188, but have the sustain? It can go either way. It really can go either way. Restore that. So, before I go, let's do a bit of thinking. What should I be doing here? Because now we're getting a bit too deep into the dungeon. Certainly good to go grind some potions. Because, you know, we can still earn plenty of points both in strength and dexterity, and obviously in constitution. We are so dumb that even points in intelligence and wisdom will be welcome, because whenever we're trying to use a wand or a staff, there's a much higher chance that we would fail than if you were playing with a high elf wizard. So I don't think we're gonna find anything better than this, because I know the artifacts that are in this artifact set. I mean, there's a chance that you can get the Boots of Warm Tongue, which are like generic artifact boots that give you like +2 speed or something ridiculous like that. And there's also the risk that we run into something pretty big. The risk that we run into something big is bigger than the chance that we find something good, like ESP, for example. That'd be really nice. Consistently getting the XP out of ego weapons is something that you need to be around level 40 to 45 and stay there for a while, and that's where you get to the big dragons and other stuff as well. So we're not doing that bad. We do have a lot more hit points than, you know, we had 140 or something like that when we then went down to level 98. But we do not resist shards, because those earth hounds will break my potions, specifically my potions of speed, of which I have 5. Actually, I have a potion to identify. Let's see what it is. It's not constitution, it's resist heat. Um, let's drop 10 more. Let's drop 2 of those. We do not have Nexus, so anytime there's a Nexus Hound or there's a Nexus Vortex, we can't really go there. I mean, we can go. You're not going to get killed because their damage is so low, but you'll be thrown on the other side of the map, and that just keeps happening again, again, and again until finally you get that result where you get thrown out of the level entirely. There's nothing you can do because you can't even detect and then see him behind a corner and shoot, and then detect again and see him behind a corner and shoot. I don't have Stinking Cloud to do AoE. I got nothing that I can do to them. Nether is way too early to start worrying about Nether. Obviously, maybe a couple of undeads that do use it, but it's such a small attack. Chaos, again, not really an issue. Disenchantment, as long as you avoid the disenchantment bats, you'll be fine, at least at this depth. Obviously, later on, no, not anymore. And those few uniques that disenchant you. Confusion, it's not much of an issue, but getting confused can cost you a speed potion. And if we run into a monster like Aryan or Walden that stun lock me, it's really bad luck, but I have to keep healing and hope that they accidentally move sideways because they have this, this AI that sometimes moves in a confusional way, which again, it's part of game design, and only then I can break out the loop. The stun isn't relevant right now. Hold life. We'll need it later on if we get him. The thing is that with all the other classes, I know how to get the stuff that I need. With a warrior, I'm not really sure how, except brute force. I could try reading these 5 deep descents, and I could pack a staff of Detect Evil. I didn't even buy it. Pack a staff of Detect Evil comes with 18 charges. Read these 5 deep descents. We're at dungeon level 35. Add 25 to those will get you 60. At 60, you'll have more chance to find ESP. It's not really that common. When you're down past dungeon level 90, it literally is junk. Every helm that you find is a helm of ESP. Every one. So that makes it a lot easier to get it. We can try Deep Descent, but we cannot cast Haste. And we move at 0 speed, so not only can we get one shot by just about everything that's there, but there's a whole other stuff that can kill us in one of our turns because they can move twice and there's so many elements that we do not resist, so I don't think that's possible. Maybe, with extreme luck, yes, but with a rationale that you have an idea what you're going to do and then enact it, I don't see it happening. It's just really a matter of staying, below the depth where ancient multi-hued dragons appear, and just wait. And wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. And wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. And wait and then wait and then wait some more and keep waiting until you find ESP. Because every time I've won with a warrior, that's what I did. I was just okay, now we need to wait for God knows how many turns. And obviously, you're not wasting time because you're capping your stats because you keep finding potions of stat increase. But it's not really an exciting way of playing the game compared to everything else. Rogue, paladin, priest, mage. Well, I guess I'll think about it and Hopefully tonight I'll come up with a plan. Cheerio. Bye bye.